Hey there, Careblazers. Welcome back to the place where we talk about everything dementia. Dr. Natalie here. Today's video is in response to a comment I recently received from a fellow Careblazer, John. John writes, "My 72-year-old dad is looking after my mom, who is 86 with dementia, and I am so worried for him. He is exhausted, stressed out, and adamant that he will not put my mom into a care home. I fear he will just keel over soon and die, the aggravation of it all. He just won't hear of a care home, and I just don't know what to do." Does this sound familiar to you? John's concerns are valid. Many caregivers end up in the hospital themselves because they're so busy prioritizing the care of their loved one that they completely neglect their own care. Today's video, I'm going to go over some alternatives to nursing homes, so some other options that could help John's father out, since it sounds like he's completely against the idea of a nursing home. Before I review these options with you, I want you to keep in mind that there is no one right response for every person. What is right for one person may be completely wrong for another person. Every situation's different, the people available to help out is different, finances are different. So I hope that whatever your situation is, at least one of these suggestions or ideas can be helpful to you as you care for your loved one. One alternative to a nursing home is an assisted living facility. An assisted living facility is an option that's a step down from nursing home care. These places typically involve people living in private or shared apartments, and they're able to receive as much or as little care and help with the things that they need. For example, assisted living facilities can provide meals that are cooked, or you can just choose to make a small meal yourself in the kitchenette that's usually in every apartment. Housekeeping services are provided. Oftentimes, bathing and medication assistance is provided if needed, and help is available 24/7 if needed. Also, assisted living facilities have many organized social activities and social outings. In an assisted living facility, the person with dementia can go live on their own in the facility depending on the severity of their dementia, or in this case, John's father could go live with his mother in an assisted living facility. So if it sounds like John's father is hesitant about sending his wife off to a nursing home, but in an assisted living facility, John's father can still live with his wife and receive help with things like bathing, housekeeping, cooking, cleaning. So it would still provide a huge relief and maybe take some of that caregiving burden off of your father. For more information about assisted living facilities and if it's right for you and your situation, I'm going to include a link in my video description below for you to learn more about this option. There's also a program called PACE for people who are on Medicare. This program is designed to bring services into the home for people who would otherwise need to go to a nursing home. PACE stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. I'm going to include a link to this program in the video description below so you can investigate whether the PACE program is offered in your area and if your loved one qualifies for this. A service like this could be of help to John's father. It would allow John's father and mother to remain in the home, but it would bring much needed services into the home to provide for his mother and take care of some of the caregiving demands that his father is experiencing. For anybody who might be receiving Medicaid services, there's a program called Home and Community-Based Services, which again helps provide help inside the home and keep your loved one from having to go to a nursing home. So things like providing meals, respite care, adult day health care, cleaning services, skilled nursing services, all of these things could be provided in the home if your loved one is a beneficiary of Medicaid and lives in an area where that service is provided. Again, a link will be included in my video description below, and you can search by state to see if this service exists where you live. Hospice care is another option to consider. If you would not be surprised that your loved one would be dead in about a year, then hospice is something you should certainly be talking about with your loved one's medical provider. Hospice is technically a service that's offered when the life expectancy is estimated to be 6 months or less. In all reality, most people wait too long to enroll in hospice and typically end up passing away just a few weeks after starting hospice services. So talk to your loved one's doctor now about whether hospice is right for your loved one. Hospice can provide in-home services, be able to get medications and equipment to help keep your loved one comfortable, and they can even provide emotional support for you, the caregiver. Use this service if your loved one qualifies. Don't wait until the absolute end. Other services that could be beneficial to John's father would include things like meal services. So perhaps there's a Meals on Wheels program where John's father lives, or simply signing up for a grocery delivery program or a curbside grocery pickup program, so that the time that is spent usually trying to find a parking spot, shopping through the grocery store, waiting in line, all of that can go away with one of these programs. Heck, I think almost anybody could benefit from this type of service, regardless of whether you're a dementia caregiver or not. Cleaning services could also provide some relief for John's father. So looking into a local cleaning service or seeing if there are any friends, family, relatives, neighbors looking to make a couple extra bucks by doing laundry and picking up around the house, cleaning bathrooms. Any little thing that could help take something off of John's father's plate can be helpful. So that's another option to consider. Adult day centers are also a really good option to consider. This is where your loved one with dementia would go to a place several days a week for a couple hours to the full day, and they would be provided their medications, given meals, make sure that they're safe, and this allows the caregiver several hours at least during the day to take care of whatever it is they need to take care of. Maybe it's catching up on sleep or catching up with a friend or just relaxing. So this is something to please look into. I will include a website for the National Adult Day Center where you can look up, based on where you live, what adult day healthcare centers are near you. And if you don't see your city or state listed, please Google your local area agency on aging. There will be other options that may not be listed on this website that you could explore to take your loved one. Finally, if your loved one is a veteran of the U.S. military and they are not already enrolled in the VA system, please consider enrolling them in the VA system and talk to a social worker about what senior options are available for your loved one. The VA has services that will send a whole health care team of providers to your loved one's home to provide nursing care, medication help, social work help, psychology help. They will even send respite services to give the caregiver a break, as well as cleaning, housekeeping services. So please keep this in mind. They will also provide a bunch of equipment if your loved one needs equipment, like ramps installed in the home and wheelchairs and life alert systems. So it's certainly a system to take advantage of, especially if you are caring for an older loved one with dementia who happens to be a veteran of the U.S. military. John, I hope this video has given you some ideas to help your father. I will also link to another video I did about how to help a dementia caregiver. That might also be useful for you to watch as you try to help your father. If none of these options seem like they are going to work for your father's situation, then I would really encourage you to sit down with your father and open up and talk to him about what your father's hesitations are about nursing home care. Hear him out, listen without interrupting or interjecting or giving your strong opinion. You might be able to hear some of your father's fears and then come up with a way to help address those fears in a way he could hear. It's difficult. I couldn't imagine. I'm sure your father and mother have been together for quite a long time, and the decision to place a loved one in a nursing home is something I wish nobody really had to face. But there are some really great nursing homes out there that provide the best care for your loved one with dementia. And, you're right to worry about your father's health. So if none of the above options can help out your father at all, consider sitting down and having an open conversation and hearing out your father's hesitations, fears, concerns. In the end, this is such a difficult subject that brings up so many strong emotions for everybody involved. There's no easy way about it. John, I hope there was something in this video to help out in your situation. And for all you other Careblazers out there, again, I hope that there's something in here to help. Have you found yourself in a similar situation to John? If so, leave a comment below about what's helped you or how you decided to finally make the jump to place your loved one in a nursing home or to help your family member encourage them to put their loved one in a nursing home or explore other methods of help. Until next week, Careblazers, bye.